won the fight. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, this is the biggest fight.
Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him?
We are ready.
Hey. Just put me in the game, coach. Just put me in the game. Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight.
Won the fight, you know him. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if this is the biggest fight in its official. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to face off in a blockbuster fight. This fight is set to be the most explosive showdown boxing has ever seen. Canelo recently defended his super middleweight titles with a unanimous decision victory over Edgar Berlanga. Despite his current break from boxing, whispers about his next opponent have not died down, and the name on everyone's lips is Terence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez's victory over Edgar Berlanga not only reinforced his dominance in the super middleweight division, but also sparked debates about his place at 168. Boxing commentator Brian Custer praised Canelo's performance and stated, "I just think that Canelo showed why he's the best at 168, but I thought Berlanga showed himself well." In his post-fight analysis, Custer emphasized Canelo's supremacy while acknowledging Berlanga's commendable efforts in the ring. However, the talk around Canelo's next bout took an unexpected turn when Turki Alek made a bold statement alongside Crawford that shook the boxing community. During a post-fight interview, Alek teased a major bout, saying, "Tell the fans what we doing next. We going for Canelo next." His words caught the attention of fans and analysts alike, sparking speculation about a new challenge for the Mexican star. Terence Crawford, keen to enter the conversation, quickly expressed his readiness for the challenge. With his trademark confidence, Crawford suggested that a fight with Canelo would be monumental, further fueled doing speculation about a potential mega fight. Fans are now eagerly awaiting the official announcement. "Let's go, come on, you heard it from him. We are ready, yeah. Hey, just put me in the game, coach. Let's put me in the game." Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight. Crawford didn't stop there. He took to social media to ramp up the excitement, boldly tweeting, "Put me in the game, coach," a direct challenge to Canelo Alvarez. The tweet sparked conversations across the boxing world, signaling Crawford's intentions to square off against Canelo. This reignited discussions about a possible rematch between the two, a fight that fans have long speculated about. Canelo, however, kept things vague, responding with no comments, leaving the door open to possibilities, while raising questions about whether this rematch will come to fruition. In the wake of Crawford's challenge, the boxing world has been buzzing with excitement. While Crawford has been vocal about his readiness, Canelo has remained more reserved, causing some to wonder that the fight is truly on his radar. However, all doubts were put to rest when the fight was officially confirmed, setting the stage for one of the most anticipated matchups in recent boxing history. Crawford, coming off a recent victory at 154 lbs against Israel Madrimov, expressed a clear interest in facing Canelo. He confidently stated, "Crawford is the biggest fight in boxing. We are ready, and we had to get ready for this." This win, viewed as a critical test for Crawford, has shown his ability to compete against bigger opponents, reinforcing his belief that he can take on the super middleweight champion. With this victory under his belt, Crawford has only strengthened his case for the fight, making it clear that he is ready for the next big challenge. Prominent figures like Turki Alek have echoed Crawford's sentiments, issuing challenges to the Mexican superstar and stoking excitement for the potential matchup. Canelo himself has acknowledged the possibility of facing Crawford, mentioning in interviews that the bout could happen, though nothing has been confirmed yet. As two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport, a clash between them would undoubtedly be monumental, with fans around the world eagerly anticipating the outcome. Said, "Maybe I don't know right now. I just going to enjoy this fight. And please let me enjoy this fight, and then you want to know what is next." This potential fight brings to mind the delayed bout between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, but unlike that case, Canelo and Crawford are both in their primes. This has raised the stakes for fans eager to see a battle between two of the top fighters in the sport today. However, while Canelo has acknowledged the possibility of the fight, he made it clear that it is not in his immediate plans. Crawford's promoter Bob Arum, along with other significant figures in boxing, have continued to push for the fight. In a post-fight interview, Canelo emphasized that he would take some time to rest and then discuss his next move with his team. He stated, "Right now, I'm going to rest. I don't have anything in mind afterwards. I will talk with Eddie Rosso, Al Heyman, and Luis Dubas Jr. to see what's coming, but there is nothing we can say right now. We will see what's coming in May." However, Crawford remains undeterred, insisting that this is the biggest fight in boxing and that he is more than ready for the challenge. Veteran commentators like Mike Tyson have voiced concerns about Crawford's ability to step up to 168 loads, especially considering the challenges Crawford faced in his recent bout against Madrimov. Tyson, while recognizing Crawford's skill, believes the jump to super middleweight might be too much for him, particularly against a fighter like Canelo, who possesses immense power and size in that division. Despite these concerns, Crawford remains undaunted. He sees this fight as an opportunity to secure his legacy, although he is well aware of the physical challenges Crawford win. And if he win, I love him. Let us see really he with. I never think a fight is 50-50. It's keep throwing punches, keep punch, put pressure on hard. I rather play, because straight up he come back. This guy's awkward. And and that's the problem, Spank, is the draw, because this guy is he fights in the self-preservation perspective protection. First, he get you discouraged, and then he hit you going to come right after that. However, boxing trainer Robert Garcia considers that Canelo's punching power, particularly in the later rounds, could pose serious problems for Crawford. He stated, "I think Canelo's power, Canelo's strength, and the late rounds is where that's where Crawford starts getting into trouble." Garcia acknowledges Crawford's ability to hold his own early in the fight, but sees Canelo's strength becoming overwhelming as the fight progresses. While Garcia believes Crawford will put up a good fight, he ultimately sees Canelo taking control as the bout continues. He stated, "I think he'll put up a good fight. I think probably don't see him winning, but I do see him putting up a good 6 or 8 rounds. I do believe that this highlights that while he respects Crawford as a strong opponent, he expects Canelo's size and power to shift the momentum later in the fight." Garcia further continued, saying that even though Crawford may perform well in the early stages, securing a victory would be challenging. He stated, "I'm not saying he wins, because it's going to be tough for him to win, but I think the first half of the fight, he will put up some really good rounds." This emphasizes that Crawford has the potential to stay competitive in the beginning, but winning may be difficult. Continuing with his prediction, Garcia stated, "Yes, after that I think I see Canelo taking over, but I think those first 6 rounds will be very close, or maybe Crawford will be ahead, because I think he could win some rounds against Canelo." This reflects Garcia's belief that Crawford's skill and technique could make the early rounds competitive, but Canelo's superior strength and endurance would likely tilt the fight in his favor as it progresses. As anticipation for the fight builds, attention has also turned to the financial aspect. Canelo has reportedly demanded a staggering $150 million for the fight, a figure that some see as an obstacle to finalizing the bout. Turkey Al-Sheikh, who has been involved in the negotiations, remains hopeful, but acknowledges that Canelo's financial demands could complicate matters if the fight does go ahead. It would represent Crawford's biggest test to date, as he would be moving up multiple weight classes to face a fighter who has dominated the super middleweight division. Johnny Boxing Fight Height. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him? Is that if the money is right? I mean, $100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money already, 150. If the fight does take place, it would undoubtedly be a career-defining challenge for Crawford, as he would need to move up multiple weight classes to face a dominant force in the super middleweight division. As negotiations continue, both fighters remain focused on their own careers. Canelo preparing for his future bouts, while Crawford steadily builds his legacy in the sport. As the boxing world continues to discuss the potential fight, many are comparing it to past legendary matchups. Crawford himself views this as more than just another fight. He sees it as a legacy-defining moment. He stated, "I've been wanting the fight. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if this is the biggest fight in boxing today. The stakes could not be higher for both fighters, and fans are already debating who will come out on top in what could be a historic battle." Crawford also reflected on the broader significance of the fight, comparing it to some of the biggest moments in boxing history. He sees this as the culmination of an era, one that includes some of the sport's most iconic fighters. He stated, "I feel like this fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. We both come in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound.